Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason welcoming you to my Let's Play of The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Something that not a lot of people would expect me to cover. I had really recently gotten introduced to this series. I started playing the games last year, made it through pretty much the entire Cold Steel quad trilogy and one of the last games, but I'm also caught up on all the lore and stuff, as Cold Steel is technically the 6th game in the franchise, at least in the Trails franchise. There is a little bit more to the Legend of Heroes that I've actually found out when researching this. But yeah, something not a lot of people would expect me to do, and it's actually been a surprise. That reveal video, that announcement video, actually was made without spilling the beans to my friends, to my friend Tyler at all. And I'm actually going to be super happy when he sees this, because I want to see what, how he feels about the fact that I'm going to be Let's Playing a game from pretty much his favorite franchise and one of my personal favorites. You do not need to pretty much know anything about the first few games in order to jump into Cold Steel. There are some references, and in the later games there are, definitely people and stuff from the later games that you'll want to be introduced to, or that you'll want to be familiar with and know their backstories, but we'll get into that much later. Things are a little different here. So you can transfer save files from other versions. So pretty much I think that means that, because Trails of Cold Steel was actually originally a PSP game, that you could technically transfer it from the PSP version. I do not have that. I have the PS4 version, and funny enough, I have the European version, which is a little funny in that way. But let's go ahead and I guess just begin here with The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel.
It's no use! I can't even scratch them! What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division! We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig!
This is awful. What happened here?
Oh, terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along. Which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't! How low can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left. We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Rean's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
I'm not about to let those terrorists have their way.
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Rean, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Nightheart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you.
Yes, sir. All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Understood!
Alright, we are introduced to our controls. L2 activates a turbo mode. L1 switches leaders. We got zooming in, zooming out. Obviously, control stick moves the characters. We have our right stick moves the camera. Circle opens the camp menu. Triangle opens camp menu. Circle cancels. We can quick travel with square and confirm and talk and do field attacks with X. We can also save our progress through the system options in the camp menu, and obviously it just tells us how to open the camp menu. Also, when it comes to turbo mode, pretty much turbo mode just allows the game to move at a quicker pace. I will be utilizing this, as while I do believe that certain cutscenes can get skipped through a little bit because of turbo mode, because of how it works, overall I think it's still a pretty good thing, and I wish most RPGs had it, because I can tell you the pacing of game RPG, like specifically RPGs, would be better if it had some type of turbo mode, pretty much just to allow faster movement as opposed to, you know, the regular speed. Because like if we turn off turbo mode, like Rean doesn't move all that fast, but in turbo mode he kind of moves a little quicker. Anyway, here we have a charging station, or I guess an orbital charging station, pretty much that'll allow us to rest and fully heal our health. But seeing as how we all have full health at level 49, I think we're sitting pretty good. Also, you're probably thinking, why are we in a spot that pretty much is like, feels like it's halfway through the game? Well, that's just how the Trails games kind of work. Specifically Cold Steel, as these are the ones I've played the most, specifically the starts of a very important plot points of the, I guess, games. I'm trying to explain this in the stupidest way possible, but pretty much they start halfway through the game, and then we finally get into the introduction part of the game. So let's go ahead and head into the barracks.
Here they come.
They look just like that thing we fought during our field study.
Mechanical monstrosities.
Save the talking for later. We need to take these things out.
Got it.
Alrighty, now we're getting into battling. So, pretty much we have different options. We have attacking, arts, crafts, items, and obviously we can move around. So, I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and show off a basic attack. Well, actually, first things first. An item, what you want to do is you want to use battle scopes. Battle scopes are pretty much how you will analyze enemies in this game. It's pretty much like an analyzing type thing. You want to do this, and you want to get as many battle scopes as you can possibly get throughout the game, because you will want to analyze every single enemy.
My turn.
I'm going to try my best to do this. I have almost done this. I think I've missed out on a few enemies in certain instances, but pretty much I will be trying my best to, you know, go after every single enemy in the game in the way of you know, getting their analysis done and over with. I'm being very bad at explaining this, I know.
No doubt about it. Those things were the same as the one we fought outside the Gram.
It seems a large number of them are on the loose inside the fortress. I'm guessing that's what got the soldiers we just saw too.
Seems so.
So these are archaisms.
Are you certain, Instructor?
Yeah, they're a kind of autonomous weapon made by a rather unsavory group, and a real pain to deal with, too. We need to hurry, but keep your wits about you.
Understood.
Okay. So now let's just keep moving. We just have to kind of make our way through here to try to get to where those railway guns that they were talking about are. Let's go ahead and go into some crafts. So pretty much crafts are these special attacks that your party members can use to deal massive damage. There is many different ones, as well as a certain type of craft that is actually like a power craft, pretty much. To kind of explain it, think of Xenoblade, when I play Xenoblade, how there are chain attacks and like powerful chain attacks that, you know, come out strong. Pretty much the S-crafts are kind of like that. So I'll actually go ahead and show off one, just to kind of see. They're pretty much really powerful attacks that will take out hordes of enemies, mostly in one shot. Sometimes if it's a boss or a more powerful enemy, it will take a bit more than that to defeat them. But for the most part, pretty much we got nothing to worry about. And the more CP you have, the stronger your attack will be. So if you want to have a pretty powerful S-craft, or I guess let off a pretty powerful S-craft, you will want to have your S or your CP at full capacity, which is 200. Okay, so now we've made it over here. Looks like we got some Sepith here. We'll go ahead and go over that at a later time, as this is not really a point to where we can use it at all. So I prefer to go over it just when we can actually get into what it does.
Where are we?
This must be Corellia Canyon. You can see Crossbell State on the other side.
There!
Those are...
The railway guns. They're enormous.
Damn! How did they manage to get them prepped so fast? Don't tell me they're just gonna let them rip without even setting a target!
Instructor!
Well, they're certainly not shy about bringing out the big guns.
Ugh! We don't have time for this! We need to take these things out fast!
Right there with you.
Let's send these cretins to the scrap heap.
Bring it on. My turn.
Okay, so looks like we're getting into our first boss fight. We have Zephyranthès. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce these names, but I can tell you right now, they are not gonna be perfect. Starting off, let's go ahead and scan them. It'll tell us their unbalanced, or I guess the unbalanced efficiency, the elemental efficiencies, and status. Also what type of Sepith they drop. So it's a large archaism designed for defending strongholds, reduces enemy numbers with lasers and immense firepower.
Of course.
Okay, let's go ahead and show off some other S-crafts. Let's do Radiant Dance. We'll go ahead and do Plasma Storm. And we've already shown Gaius's out. Let's go ahead and show Rean's Flame Slash.
It's my turn. There. Time is precious. We should hurry.
A self-destruct mechanism. Is their cowardice know no bounds?
We're running out of time. I'm gonna go on ahead. Follow me as soon as you're sure it's safe to...
Railway guns.
Oh, no, no!
Don't!
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This train is bound for Bereahard via Keldic. The next stop is Trista. Trista. We will be stopped at Trista for 1 minute. When disembarking, please ensure no belongings are left behind.
Almost there. Man, spring's really in full bloom here, huh? Back home, there was still so much snow on the ground, I hardly even realized it. Wow. Are those Lino flowers? Never seen so many all blossoming at once. I'll be spending the next 2 years here. Wonder how long it'll be before I think of it as home. But yeah, I think I'm going to like it.
Ouch.
Whoa, sorry about that. Are you okay? I should have picked a better place to take in the scenery.
Don't worry about it. I should have been paying more attention to where I was going instead of gawking at the flowers. It's really a pretty town though, isn't it? Just like a postcard.
Yeah, I guess that's the magic of springtime for you. I hope everything in your case is okay.
Oh, don't worry about that. It'll be fine. Hey, you've got the red uniform too, huh?
Yeah, but now that you mention it, almost everyone else on the train had a green jacket. You're one of the few I've seen in red. I didn't really think about it until now. I just put on the uniform they sent me.
I hadn't given it much thought until I got here either. But yeah, like you said, there have been a few others sporting them too, so I doubt it's a mistake. Maybe it means we'll end up being classmates. Anyway, I should get going. I've got a feeling we'll see each other again at the entrance ceremony, though.
I totally forgot to ask her name. Oh well, I'm sure we'll run into each other later. She's right, though. It is weird that there are so few of us in red. Are there even enough to make a class? That orbment they sent with the uniform is pretty strange, too. It sure looks a lot fancier than your standard issue orbment, that's for sure. Guess there's no point in racking my brain over it. Someone will probably explain it during orientation. Thor's military academy is on the north side of town. I've still got some time to look around before the entrance ceremony, but it'd be pretty awkward to be late the first day.
Prologue: The Way to Thor's. You can now view the summary tab in your notebook. Events that occur during the story are automatically recorded in this section. You can access both by pressing the touchpad button or by choosing the notes section in the camp menu, then flipping through the various tabs. You can also confirm your current objective by pressing the square button to access the navigation screen. Alright, so we can confirm our current story objective by pressing the square button. I think I said X, but it was a square button. So yeah, we have to head towards Thor's military academy. Here in Trista. Here we also have the prologue. This is the main category. We will unlock more parts of the notebook as we go further into our adventure. For now, however, let's go ahead and take a look around town, as there are, a few things we can do around here. First things first, we have an event here in the park.
Oh hey, it looks like there's even a little park here. Seems like the perfect spot to catch a breather, what with all these shops around. Huh? Why is she sleeping here? Is she a new student? She's got the uniform and all. The ceremony's going to be starting soon. Maybe I should wake her up.
Guess I better go.
She's sure a strange one. Like a stray cat or something. If she's headed to the school, I'd say that's my cue to pick up the pace.
Alrighty. There's going to be a few events here around Trista that we're going to want to check out. Pretty much, we're not going to be getting into like huge detail about what we can access here in the town itself until a little bit later. But for now, we can see that the door is locked. This looks like a pawn shop. Doesn't seem to be open right now, though. Okay, this up here is a boutique. This must be the boutique. They've got quite the collection, and it's all stylish. Maybe I need to update my wardrobe. Here we have a new character. Oh, are you one of the new Thor students? My dad runs this store. He's got all sorts of things you might need for your studies. I hope you'll come visit us if you ever need anything. Seems like he's raised a capable little helper. We'll get into some extra things about characters around this area because you are going to want to talk to a lot of different characters. Here we have another new student. This is the Trista radio station, or Radio Trista, as most just call it. This is where all the magic happens. It's pretty exciting to see it up close like this. Over this way, there is a pathway. This will take me out to the highway. I really don't have time to leave the town right now, though. Yep, we can't go out that way right now. But for now, what I want to head towards is... I want to head up here. Because there is a location here for us to go to. It is my friend Tyler's greatest weakness. The chapel.
So this is the town chapel. Seems like it's about the same size as the one back home. Oh, I guess someone's already here.
Sorry, am I in your way?
Oh, no, not at all.
Good, good. If you'll excuse me then.
That's one tall guy. And judging by his complexion, I don't think he's from Erebonia. But he's wearing a red uniform too. Just like me and that girl. Ah, well. While I'm here, I might as well get in a prayer for the start of the school year before I take off.
Alrighty, well, here we have Father Paulo. Welcome, young one. This is the Trista Chapel, where we pay respects to the goddess Adios. Another new Thor student, I see. Oh, Adios, please grant these students a fruitful youth. Alright, well, we're going to be introduced to plenty of other stuff here at the chapel much later. Here we have a sister who's kind of just, Sister Ornelia. Your entrance ceremony's starting soon, isn't it? Well, I'm sure you're nervous, but there's no need to worry. Adios will guide you along the right path. But if you ever need any advice or assistance, our door is always open. Yeah. Well, pretty much all these locations we're going to get into much more detail on them, as, you know, there is a purpose for every area in this town. We just aren't going to be able to get into it until much later. For now, however...
I shall take my leave here, milady. I pray you find victory here in both your studies and your training.
Thank you, Klaus. I'm leaving everything in your hands while Father is away.
Understood, milady. Please excuse my rudeness, young sir. It truly is a splendid day, is it not? The start of a new chapter in the lives of so many promising youths. Allow me to express my sincerest congratulations on your admittance into this fine academic institution.
Oh. Thank you very much. I'm guessing he's a butler? He certainly looks the part. That means the girl with him must have been a noble. She did have a certain dignity about her. I wonder if she's from a famous military family or something.
Indeed. Well, looking around here, it seems we've got a few other people. There's a lower class dormitory, and there is a upper class dormitory. Like I said, we're going to get into what these do a little later. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I guess it's just like pretty much just specifying that, you know, we will see what all this town has to offer just at a later time. For now, I think we should head up towards the academy.
So this is it. Thor's Military Academy. Founded by the legendary Emperor Dreikels himself.
Thank you for your patience, sir. We've arrived at the academy.
Much obliged.
Please, if you'll allow me to take your luggage.
That won't be necessary. I prefer to avoid standing out too much.
But, sir...
This isn't open for debate. Take whatever rest you need, then return to Bereahard.
As you wish. I shall be departing then, sir. May your time spent in these hallowed halls be all you've hoped for. Please take care of yourself.
Wow, an orbital limousine. And one of Reinford's fanciest models, too. Looks like even Erebonia's upper crust send their children here.
Welcome to Thor's Military Academy. Let's see. Yes, you're the last of them. That'd make you Rean Schwarzer, right?
Yes, that's me. It's a pleasure to meet you. But how do you know me?
It's a long story. Don't sweat the details right now.
Is that your weapon you've got wrapped up? I'll need to hold on to that for the time being.
Oh, right. It mentioned something about that in the guidebook.
Thanks. We should be able to return it to you before long. You'll hardly even miss it.
The entrance ceremony is going to be held in the auditorium. Just head straight back. You can't miss it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your first day at Thor's.
We're glad to have you. I hope these next 2 years will be a fruitful time for you.
I guess those two must be second years? That girl definitely looked younger than me, though. What was that about me being the last? I'm not seriously the very last student to check in, am I? Sounds like it's about time for the ceremony to start, though. Well, here's to the start of a great 2 years.
Now, if I may, I'd like to say a few words in closing about this Academy's illustrious history. Thor's Military Academy was founded almost 220 years ago. Its founder, as I'm sure you're all aware, was none other than the great Emperor Dreikels. The very same emperor who ended the War of the Lions and returned prosperity to the Erebonian Empire. 30 years after becoming emperor, in the later years of his life, he opened the doors of this institution. It was to be a place where young people like yourselves could learn the art of war. But with the mechanization of the military, many of our graduates now pursue careers outside the Army. Our mission, however, remains the same: to prepare our students to fulfill Emperor Drakel's famous mandate. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. Though much has happened these past 2¼ centuries, the world is still the domain of the young. Yet still the question remains: what qualities must one possess to become a part of its foundation? I hope this credo will serve as a guide and an inspiration to you during your 2 years at this academy. Go forth, my students. The world awaits the great things you will one day accomplish.
The foundation of the world, huh?
No pressure, right?
No kidding. Though, this is Drakel's the Lionheart we're talking about. He didn't earn his nickname by taking the easy road. Guess we've got more to worry about than just passing exams, huh?
I guess we do. I'm Elliot Craig. Nice to meet you.
Rean Schwarzer. Hey, looks like we're sporting the same school fashion.
Yeah, no idea what the red uniform is supposed to mean, though. Most of the other students are wearing green. Well, except for the ones in the white uniforms. Those must be the nobles.
Looks that way. Though...
Something wrong?
Nah, just thinking to myself.
And that brings us to the close of Thor's 215th entrance ceremony. Next, please proceed to the class designated in your guidebook. There, you will go over the school rules as well as your class's curriculum. That is all. Dismissed!
The class designated in our guidebook? I don't remember seeing anything like that.
There wasn't any information on that in mine either. I just assumed they'd tell us where to go after the ceremony.
All right! Students in red uniforms, if I can have your attention, please. By now, you're probably all confused. Where's my class assignment, you're probably thinking. That's perfectly understandable. Your situation is a little more complicated than the other students. But before I explain, I'd like all of you to join me for a special orienteering exercise.
What?
Did you mean an orientation exercise?
Worry not. Everything will be made clear soon enough. Now, right this way, if you would.
Looks like we're gonna have to follow her if we want any answers.
What do you think this is all about?
I have no idea, but we're not going to accomplish anything just standing around here. We should go with her.
What is this place?
Why is there a building this dilapidated on campus? It looks like it should have been torn down ages ago.
What does she even want us to do here?
Is she ever gonna tell us what's going on?
I suppose we'll just have to go inside and see for ourselves what awaits us.
This place looks like some old haunted mansion or something.
Now that you mention it, it kinda does. I think this is everyone I've seen with a red uniform so far. I guess we really are part of the same class then.
So, these are our new underclassmen, huh?
Yep. They've got a different set of hoops to jump through than we did, though. I'm just happy all our work's paying off. I'd hate to have put in a year's worth of effort for nothing.
Ain't that the truth? Wait, when did you do any work? You were just slacking off the whole time.
Says the master slacker. Still, looks like Elisa's got some stiff competition. Quite a bevy of beauties they've got there. And I'm looking forward to getting intimately acquainted with each and every one of them.
Oh, you know one of them? Wait. No, not these ones too. Stop flirting with every damn girl you lay eyes on. Do you have any idea how many guys at this school have gotten their hearts broken because of your libido? Did you just sneer at me? Oh, you did, didn't you?
Come on now, no fighting, you two.
Well, look who finally made it. Nice work.
You got our little chickadees all sorted out, I take it?
Yep, they're all bright-eyed and ready to go. So from here on out, we're gonna have to give it all we've got to support this fledgling class.
Now you sound the part of the student council president.
Guess she's going all in.
Well, they'd be in for a pretty rough time if we didn't help out a little. At least to start with, anyway. Everything's ready over there, right?
You betcha. Just like the instructor asked. Can't help but feel a little sorry for them, though.
Same here. They've got no idea what they're being tossed into. The class they've been picked for didn't even exist before this year. Guess all we can do is watch and see what they're made of, right?
The name's Sarah Valestine. I'm the instructor in charge of Class 7, which means you get the pleasure of seeing me all year. Glad to finally meet you.
Wait, Class 7?
Us? I'm not sure I understand. I wasn't told anything about this at enrollment.
Excuse me, Instructor Sarah? I was under the impression that there were only 5 classes at this academy, and that students were split among them based on their social class and home region.
Right you are, Miss Top Scorer on the Thor's entrance exam. Students in each year are divided into 5 classes, 2 for the nobility and 3 for commoners. And it's been that way for ages, right up through last year. But this year, we decided to shake things up a little.
What do you...
We now have a 6th class, fittingly titled Class 7. And in Class 7, we recognize no distinction between nobles and commoners.
Wait, you just jumped straight from 5 to 7?
You're really putting nobles and commoners in the same class?
This must be some kind of joke. And why is this the first I've heard of it?
Well, who are you again?
Machias Regnitz. And with all due respect, Instructor, it's ludicrous to intermix nobles and commoners like this. Must I be forced to spend my next 2 years shoulder to shoulder with those arrogant, stuck-up hedonists?
You do know I'm not the one who made the decision, right? Besides, what's the big deal anyway? You're all kids. Can't you all just get along or something?
Just get along? And how would you propose we do that? And what's your problem?
Oh, nothing much. I just find the irony of your behavior rather humorous.
Is that so? It seems the scion of some noble house has left the comfort of his mansion to grace the unwashed masses with his wisdom. Please, milord, do share your esteemed name with us so I can give you all the respect you deserve.
Usus Alberea.
Not that I'd expect the name of an arrogant, stuck-up hedonist to lodge itself in that hard head of yours.
He's from one of the 4 great houses.
The son of Duke Alborea, lord of the Kreutzen province in the southeast.
Well, you don't get much more noble than that.
Interesting. I'd heard the rumors.
Do you expect me to be impressed? Your family lineage means nothing to me. I'll never bend my knee to the likes of...
Okay, that's enough. I'm sure a couple of you have a few grievances, but now's not the time. I'll hear your complaints later. Right now, you've got your orienteering exercise, and far be it from me to keep you from our fun little icebreaker.
You mentioned this orienteering exercise earlier? What exactly does that involve?
It's a form of outdoor competition, isn't it? Something like a cross between a map-reading exercise and a scavenger hunt?
Is that why they asked us to hand over our weapons at the gate?
Nothing gets by you, does it? But I don't want to spoil the fun, so let's get started, shall we?
What?
Oh, crap.
What?
Ah!
Come on, Fee. No cheating. You're going with them, and that's that. What's the point in having an icebreaker if you don't make a couple of new friends?
Lame.
Oh, what just happened?
The floor gave out from under us.
I can't believe I fell for such an obvious trap.
Does this mean there's a series of catacombs beneath the school grounds then?
What does that woman think she's playing at?
I thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. Hey, Rean, are you okay?
Easy now. Hands where she can see them.
What happened? Huh?
Well, this is a bit awkward.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Still, I'm just glad you're okay. That's what's really important here, right?
Wow, it's just not your day, is it?
Well, now that I've hit the bottom, things can only improve. I hope. What is this place anyway?
I was wondering the same thing. We should check out those tables. What?
Is this?
It's coming from the devices we received with the Academy guidebook.
Seems to be some sort of portable ornament.
Right you are. These handy little devices are a special kind of battle ornament.
Is that Miss Valestine?
So, these devices have built-in communications functionality then?
Wait, don't tell me these things are...
New model battle ornaments made through a partnership between the Epstein Foundation and Reinford Company. Newly made 5th generation battle ornaments, in fact. They're called Arcus units.
Arcus.
So these are battle ornaments. That means they'll allow us to use arts, right?
Sure will. Just set a quartz into one of its slots and you can use arts all the livelong day. Which is why I've prepared enough quartz for each and every one of you. The weapons you brought are all here too, each packaged neatly along a little box containing a quartz. Find yours, and try setting the quartz into your Arcus.
I suppose it can't hurt to try.
What is this woman thinking?
Let's see. Mine is that one.
Oh, I see mine over there. Let me just go grab it, okay?
What's this?
That's called a master quartz. If you set that into the large slot in the center of your Arcus, you'll be able to use arts. Go on, give it a try.
Orb mitts, a general term for mechanical devices that extract orbital energy from septium and uses it to generate magical effects and enhancements. Battle orb mitts, a personal use device that can harness orbital energy in a variety of ways depending on the quartz set in it. Since they are tailor-made for their users, the orb mitt's internal structure varies from one unit to another. A circuit made from septium fragments called sepith, set into battle orb mitts to harness a variety of powers and properties. Master quartz, a special kind of quartz which can be set into the center of the new Arcus battle ornaments. These quartz are stronger and more adaptable than regular quartz, and by fighting battles with one set in your orbit, it will level up and gain new abilities. Alright, let's set a master quartz into our orbit. So we need to go to quartz, go to master quartz, and set force. This will give us the art Firebolt. Can't really do anything else in the quartz section as we do not have any quartz to set. But that's pretty much it.
What in the world?
That light means that you've successfully synchronized with your Arcus. Congratulations! Now you can use arts as much as you want. These Arcus units have plenty more nifty features. But I wouldn't want to bombard you with too much info all at once, so we'll cover those another time. Anyway, since you've got your Arcus all set up and ready to go, here's what I want you to do. When you step through that door, you'll be in an underground testing area. Basically, it's a dungeon. It's pretty large and full of twists and turns. I'd almost guarantee you'll get lost at least once. But when you find the exit, you'll be able to return to the first floor of this old schoolhouse. There are monsters wandering around though, so don't let your guard down even for a moment. With all that said, let's commence our special orienteering exercise. Your objective is to make your way through this area and back to the surface. Make it back in one piece, and I'll be happy to field any complaints you might have. If you make it back safely, I might even give you a kiss. Free of charge. On the cheek, of course.
I don't think she's joking.
And just where do you think were you planning to wander off on your own without saying anything?
I have no interest in becoming friends with anyone here, and I'm surprised that you, of all people, give a damn what I do. Unless you've suddenly decided you do want to keep company with one of those stuck-up hedonists after all. Still, if you're afraid of the monsters, I suppose I could accompany you. After all, what kind of Erebonian noble would I be if I didn't have at least some degree of prowess with a sword? And noblesse oblige dictates that it's my sacred duty to protect powerless commoners such as yourself.
What the hell? Nobody's asking your high excellency to deign to help us. But if that's how you're gonna be, I'll just find my way out of here before you. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself without some relic of an outdated class still dragging me down.
What should we do?
The only thing we can do. We should begin exploring these ruins ourselves. I believe it would be prudent to remain in small groups, however. Would the two of you have any objections to accompanying me?
Oh, no, that's fine.
It would be a huge help, actually.
And you're welcome to join us as... well, I suppose that's a no. Perhaps we'll run into her along the way, and she can join us then. So, shall we be off? I'm certain you gentlemen will be fine, but do take care.
Okay.
If you'll excuse us, please.
Oh.
Not such a hot first impression there, huh?
You can say that again. I'll have to clear things up with her later. Anyway, how do you guys want to do this? Should the three of us stick together too?
Sounds good to me. I'd get pretty anxious wandering around a place like this alone.
No objections here. I'd be happy to accompany you. I don't believe I've introduced myself yet. My name is Gaius Warzel. I just arrived in the Empire, so any help you can offer would be much appreciated.
Oh, so you're from abroad. I'd been wondering. My name's Rean Schwarzer. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Elliot Craig. So, you fight with that?
Of course. Why else would I be carrying it?
It's a spear, but it has that odd cross-shaped head.
It looks kind of awesome.
Think of it as combining the best parts of a spear and a poleaxe. I was pretty handy with it back home. But speaking of weapons, I have to say, yours looks pretty unique.
Oh, this thing.
Is it a staff? Wait, no. It's an ornament, isn't it?
Both, actually. It's an orbital staff. The tech is pretty recent. This one's still a prototype, more or less. Back during enrollment, they told me I had some aptitude for it, so when it came time to choose, I just sort of ran with it.
Interesting. I've never seen anything like it before.
Can't say I have either.
They're still in development, apparently, so there aren't too many around just yet. But that said, I'm curious about what you've got there, Rean.
Oh, my sword?
Yeah, but what kind of sword is it?
It's different from the kinds of swords I thought the people in the Empire used, though.
It's an Eastern style of saber called a tachi. Any way you slice it, though, it's basically a longsword.
Wow, that's one beautiful blade.
The craftsmanship looks exceptional.
They're renowned for the layering of their steel and the sharpness of their edge. Truth be told, though, I'm still a little hesitant to be swinging around something this dangerous.
Seriously? If that's what hesitant looks like, I'll bet confidence will make you unstoppable.
Well, you sound like a good guy to have around when the going gets tough. Speaking of which, I think we've been standing around long enough. We should really be getting ourselves into trouble.
I think I can manage that. You saw it yourselves. Trouble has a way of dropping in on me. Let's take it slow and steady, though. We need to adapt to each other's fighting styles to really gel as a team.
Got it.
Elliot has joined the party, and Gaius has joined the party. Party order, you can change the character leading in the party in the camp menu or in the field map using the L1 button. In addition, you can use the tactics section of the camp menu to change the party order, as well as your battle formation. Encounter types, you can press the X button to attack enemies in the field. An attack from the front will cause an enemy to pause briefly, but if you land an attack from behind, the enemy will be stunned for a set time or even faint if the attacker's weapon type is effective against them. So here we got triple advantage, walk into a fainted enemy, double advantage, walk into a stunned enemy, advantage, walk into an enemy from behind, standard, walk into an enemy from the front, or an enemy advantage is enemy walks into you from behind. If your level is significantly higher than an enemy, you can defeat them with a field attack. Alright, well, we have our mission. We have to go through this entire dungeon and figure out I guess, exactly why we were meant to do this. And next time on The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, we're going to get started on that. I'm really looking forward to how this series goes because I'm a little nervous to wanting to do it right because I have some very good friends who are diehard fans of this franchise and I do not want to screw it up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, troops out a ton. Make sure to subscribe dibbly if you have not already. And I will see you guys all later.